Welcome to the multi-part series, Assembling and Running Your Innovation Team. I'm Wally Gustafson. I lead the innovation team at Reece USA. This is episode 1, 8 traits of a successful innovation team member. This is what I look for in candidates and what I review my existing team members against. So let's start. First up is mindset of what's possible versus what's safe. This is by far and away the most important criteria to me when building an innovation team. I put in our job descriptions that I'm looking for people that find that one way something will work versus the 100 reasons it won't. You need to be a calculated risk taker that isn't afraid to fail. So if you do the discovery and build a prototype and it doesn't work, you're celebrated on my team for pursuing what's possible. Next is brings creativity and imagination to problem solving. I hesitated to put this on the list because it's often an overused criteria for innovation teams. So let me define what this means relative to my team. So for me, imagination and creative problem solving doesn't always refer to choosing out-of-the-box solutions. I'm looking for the best path forward and the best possible outcome. If that might mean that we just use an existing trusted technology. I'm referring to team members who, when seemingly face a dead end, find a way to reach the destination. They don't give up. They always find a way. Next is flexible. They're willing to change course even if it creates more work. So there's 2 types of flexibility I'm looking for in my team. So the first type is we might do the discovery, partner with stakeholders, and start down an agreed to path to solving a problem. And honestly, the project might be going fine, but we stumble across an alternative path or idea that would be better and yield better results. So I don't want people on my team who are like, hey, what we have is working. This is pretty good. We're almost done. If we discover an obviously better solution, I want the person who will scrap their work, if necessary, to pursue the optimal solution. Second thing I'm looking for are individuals who have demonstrated the ability to work on multiple projects at one time and balance their work to hit deliverables. And if something is thrown on their plate and was never even in their timeline, they're willing to put everything else on pause to knock out that new project. Next up, we have transparency in work. So team members that are willing to share their progress throughout the entire prototyping and production process. Have you ever met a person that holds their project really close? Until they have something that's fully functioning and polished to show? That's not who you want on your team. My team is required to have their dev and test environments available at all times. At any time, I should be able to see what's working, what isn't working, and if the team is on track to deliver on time. Additionally, I regularly have my team members share their progress during morning stand-ups, including demoing functionality and then allowing the rest of the team to ask questions and even offer suggestions. This is so important because my team works very quickly, often what some might describe as controlled chaos. We need to be able to identify problems early and course correct when necessary. Next, we have works with speed, and I'm constantly urging my team to accelerate timelines while my project leads and business analysts are holding me off and then at the same time working with the team to set realistic timelines. Our prototyping phase lasts 6 to 8 weeks. We spend 2 to 3 weeks on discovery and 4 to 5 weeks building prototypes. You cannot be a methodical worker and survive in our prototyping cycle. Next, we have takes initiative, doesn't rely on others to get things done. So first of all, I'm looking for leaders. I want people that I'm having to hold back versus people that I'm always trying to pull across the finish line. Second, if I preach anything on my team, it's this: never say it's not my job. Everything is our job. Let me give you an example. My team is working on a prototype that required us to work with data that was poorly categorized. Now, we were aware that there was an internal team working on categorizing that product. However, it was going to take them months as it was really just part of a bigger overall project. So I told the team, look, we're going to have to do this ourselves. So several team members, including myself, spent 2 days categorizing 30,000 products. By doing so, it allowed us to deliver our prototype on time. This brings us to quickly understands the problem statement. I describe this as people who just get it. For some, that's just how and who they are. And for others, it's a function of their prior work experience. When I describe a business problem to the team, I want people who immediately light up with potential ideas for solving the challenge. From a work experience standpoint, I look for people with varied experiences and in circumstances where they would have had to spend time working with business stakeholders. Finally, that brings us to exceeds expectations versus delivering what's required. For me, this is what separates good teams and great teams. And honestly, this is what separates you as an innovation team leader and everyone else in your organization. Leading an innovation team is a privilege, and we're going to fail way more than our counterparts who have more traditional roles. Prototypes are typically bare bone, not on my team. We have a philosophy to build as many elements of functionality into our prototypes as possible and to deliver UI and UX experiences that are production ready. Now, this isn't actually as hard as it sounds, and I'm going to talk through our process in an upcoming episode when I review our prototyping process. And that concludes the 8 traits of a successful innovation team member. And even if you don't employ all of these traits when hiring for your team and reviewing team performance, I believe firmly that embodying the mindset behind these traits will lead to team success. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.